Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. So in today's video, I want to talk about something that I've been asked about a lot. And I think it's because I've been sharing a little bit more of my personal journey lately. So I shared that recently I had found like my true love. Um, Created this beautiful bond and relationship together, and we got married on April 3rd. We went to Disney for our honeymoon, and it's just been such a whirlwind of everything happening so quickly. And so from sharing that, I've had a lot of people ask me, like, how do I call in to my experience? How do I attract my soulmate, my twin flame, my true love, whatever words you like? And so I thought I would talk a little bit about that today with the video, How to Magnetize Your True Love. Now, I called it that because it truly is like a magnet. It's like you're the soul that is on this earth, that is the other half of your true love experience, is your soul family. This is somebody that incarnates with you probably over and over and over again. Somebody that you're going to have a lot of past lives with, somebody that you're going to have a lot of energetic and soul ties with. And you will feel like two magnets finding each other, and once that connection happens, it's like nothing can stop it after that. So for me personally, that was definitely the case. I would say that some of the signs of it being your true love, and I know some other people that have also had this experience and agree, that is that once you find them, it happens really, really fast. Like everything just happens so fast to the point where your friends and family are probably like, whoa, like, are you sure? Do you need to just calm down for a second? But you have this surety, this certainty inside of you when it comes to this person and your connection with them, and that you're meant to be with them. Not only does it happen really quickly, but you do have that sense of certainty, even though it's really scary. It's not that it isn't scary and that it isn't full of ups and downs and trials and growth. In order to come together, there's a lot of karma that needs to be cleared from this life, past lives. It is intense. And they aren't joking when I know there's a lot of like memes, and I've shared quite a few memes on Instagram about like the twin flame journey and like how turbulent that is, how much of a roller coaster that is. That's true. And that's more of like the beginning phase when you're first getting together. You're trying to clear a lot of karma, a lot of energy, a lot of things between you in order to have that divine union. So there is a time period of like a lot of turbulence when you first meet them and you first start dating or whatever. It's going to feel really hard for the first few months. But even though it's that hard and even though it's that scary, you feel like you can't walk away from it. And maybe you'll even try, but something continues to call you back, like that magnet thing. And you might hear yourself saying, like I did a lot to people, when you know, you know. Like, I just know that this is my person and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is it for me. And then it just happened so fast. Like, I really started talking to Brian in May. I mean, we had known each other before that because he came to me as a client, but we didn't really start talking until like May. And then it was so fast. I mean, we moved in together in October, engaged at Christmas in December, married in April. So it was like really super fast. So, I mean, those are just some of the signs that once you find that person, what that feels like, that it's super fast, that you're really sure, that people around you are like, whoa, this is moving really quickly, that you just keep saying something like, when you know, you know. And that there is a ton of stuff to clear, like lots of shadow work to do together that keeps coming up for you. So, and you know, it forces you into deeper depths of shadow work than you can do on your own. So, you know, I really believe that being in a relationship, a long-term relationship, it really helps you to evolve that much more completely, that much more deeply, spiritually transform, evolve, and grow, because you have somebody with you mirroring back to you everything that's going on. Like living on your own, it's not the same. Living with someone else is all these extra challenges. So let's talk about, though, how to magnetize true love. I have 5 points for you that we're going to talk about, things that just kind of looking back on my own journey that I think aligned me to that. So the first one is become that which you seek. So if you are searching for true love and you have this idea of what you want them to be like, or if you don't have an idea of what you want them to be like, then you at least have an idea of how you want it to make you feel. Then you have to become that which you seek. You have to become that for yourself. So this especially works for true love, but it does work for other relationships. You know, if you want like your a friendship even to develop, then you need to become the friend that you want to attract into your life. So this is all the more true when it comes to a romantic relationship. You really need to become what you want. So if you want someone that is doing the self-work, doing the shadow work, like working on their soul purpose, ambitious, kind to others, intelligent, informed, well-read, like whatever it is that is really important to you, well-traveled maybe, you need to become that, because you will always attract to you that which you are. You will magnetize to you something similar to the frequency that you're at. So, you know, and it's more than surface deep. It truly is about where you're honestly vibrating. You will always attract people like that into your life. Jobs, situations, circumstances, friendships, romantic, everything. It's always going to be a match to your inner true vibration. Not that just what you put out to the world as like on social media, but what's truly going on within you. How much work have you done? How happy are you? How much joy do you allow yourself to feel in your daily life? Those are all things that are really going to contribute to this process. So you need to become that which you seek. So it's really important for you to focus on yourself. So this is not a case of you need to go out and search for your true love, your twin flame, your soulmate. It's not about searching. It's about becoming that frequency, because they already exist, just like your highest timeline already exists way up here. If you need to align to that, you need to bring yourself up, okay? So both souls, you know, in this true love union will be doing self-work and working on themselves, and when they get to a certain place, they will align and the magnetization will begin. So that's really one of the most important things, is to really turn your energy and your focus inwards, focus on yourself, and become that which you seek. So step 2 is to step into your highest timeline and service. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that, again, focusing on your own path is so important, because this is about the frequency. So I'll use my own journey. Once I started to create like free content, you know, film my first YouTube video, even just that, that set me on my highest timeline, right? It set me on that path. That was the first step, because I knew I was being called. My archetype is always in each lifetime a spiritual teacher. And many of you are healers, teachers. I mean, there's lots of different archetypes, protectors, warriors. There's just so many, but like, when you step onto that path of your archetype, of your highest timeline, of your earth mission, what you're here to do, even just that first step, it will totally like skyrocket you into your earth mission, like the reason that you're here. So as soon as I started just even offering free content, just making those first couple of YouTube videos, that just immediately like started the growth and the progression so quickly. And I've shared about my story before with Starseed Academy and how I got here. It just started with YouTube, and then it expanded to Instagram, which expanded to taking clients one-on-one, which expanded to a membership group, which expanded to teaching courses, which will continue to expand with many other ideas that I have. But it's really important that you like figure out what that is, your soul gifts. What are you here to contribute? Are you a teacher, a healer, a protector, someone that, you know, walks between worlds, an interpreter, a prophet, like a dream walker? I mean, there's so many different ones that you could be. So if you are really searching for what your soul gifts are, your spirit team of guides and counsels, they know, and they can remind you of that. So get into counsel with them, meditate with them, ask them, just ask. And if you need extra help, then you can book a one-on-one session with me for a breakthrough reading. And a breakthrough reading is where you get to ask your team all of these questions, like about your career, about your relationships, about your health, whatever. But a lot of people use the breakthrough session to ask, like, what am I here to do? I feel like I have a purpose, but I don't understand what it is. And then their team will, through me, communicate what all of that is for them. And it's so different and special for each person. It's really so fun for me and such a delight to do those sessions because it's so special. So step into your highest timeline, even just the first step, and into service. Because your earth mission, if you are an awakened starseed right now, your earth mission includes service to others. And that can be done in many different ways, but it does include contributing to the overall general, like, raising up of the frequency of the vibration of the collective consciousness of humanity. We're here to help raise the vibration. And we do that by raising our own vibration first and then being of service. Kind of like on a plane when you put your own oxygen mask on first before you can help others, right? So why is this a part of how to magnetize your true love? Because when you step into your highest timeline, when you get on that path, you are sending out this signal that you are ready for all the good. Because the highest timeline is where all your good exists. All the joy, all the abundance, all the health, all the freedom, all the love, everything. And truly everything will change when you do this. So for me, it's like this crazy adrenaline of rushing feelings when you know that you're on your path. Like even just making my first few YouTube videos, it felt like nothing else I had tried. I had tried lots of other things. I had tried, I went to school to be a writer, so I was writing a lot. But there was something about like when I just like hit on the exact right thing for me to be doing in that moment, making YouTube videos, which was something I was really afraid to do and put off for a long time, as many people will put off their purpose for a long time. And then when I finally did it, it like unlocked so much for me. It unlocked and illuminated the pathway. It's like I could suddenly see, okay, this is going to lead me through all of these different like growth and steps and a business, and it's just going to take off for me. And I just knew that it was the right thing. So I'm including it here because again, this is about you aligning to all the good, to your highest timeline. That's where your true love is, right? So keep that in mind. So then step 3 is to practice courage daily. So, this could mean quite a few things. For me, it meant like, as soon as I started really authentically being myself and putting myself out there, for example, those first few YouTube videos, that took a lot of courage. Oh my God. It took so much courage actually, because there was very few people in my life that were on the same page as me. And I knew that it was going to just seem so weird to everyone, because now I have more aligned people around me. But at the time when I was just kind of starting that journey of putting myself out of the spiritual closet, people are going to think you're crazy and weird, calling yourself a starseed, talking about lifetimes on other planets. It's a lot for most people to kind of like, the concept is they just think, okay, like it's just crazy, right? So it took a ton of courage. And, being authentic, that's what takes the courage. To be able to be yourself, no matter what room you're in, no matter who's around you, to never like sacrifice that. It is so important for you to be authentic, and that takes so much courage, and that will absolutely magnetize your true love, your twin flame, your soulmate to you. So courage and then vulnerability. Courage, authenticity, vulnerability. Those 3 are so important. And again, like for me, I found that in my soul purpose. I really threw myself into that because instead of searching for like, oh, how can I find abundance? How can I find true love? I just felt like, okay, this is my path, and all that good will come to me when I start walking the path. I knew that that's how it worked, just innately within myself. And that is exactly what has happened for me. So find your soul purpose, find your earth mission, that pathway to your highest timeline where all the good exists, and start walking it now, because it takes courage, vulnerability, and authenticity. It's going to like it is going to skyrocket your growth in so many ways, especially when you take the first step and then you commit to taking another step every single day. It takes a lot of trust and faith because, it's not like you get 10 steps in advance. You get usually one or two, and then you have to have all this faith, like, okay, it's time to let go of these things that are not serving me, or this job, or this friendship. And it's so hard to do that. I remember how hard it was to let go of, you know what, I'm stepping on the toes of the fourth point. So let's just jump right into the fourth point. Let go of anything holding you back. I remember how hard it was for me to let go of the friendships in my life that were not helping me. They were keeping me in an old, like, identity in a way. They were keeping me in a box. They were keeping me from really shining. And it was really hard for me because I don't know. I don't like really, I'm very introverted sometimes, and I don't really like super connect with people that often. And so to let go of some of those really special friendships was really difficult. It took that courage, it took that trust, but it's so important for you to step forward, let go of anything holding you back from your highest self. So that was a big step for me, and it took a long time. I started letting go of, I let go of substances first, and I got sober. That was huge. I let go of any kind of anger or pain that I was holding on to by forgiving those people in my past. I let go of the friendships that we've talked about. I started even letting go of like entertainment that was low vibrational. Like I could feel, now that my vibration was really rising quickly, I could feel when something brought me down. And that was alcohol or drugs or different foods or different kinds of shows, movies, and music, or people, or like going clubbing or whatever it was that I felt was now no longer benefiting me. It was pulling me down. Once you get onto the path of like very seriously deciding to raise your vibration, you want to protect that because it is so precious and beautiful to raise your set point up to something much higher than what you've been at. That scale of frequency that I share often, that scale of vibration where like, you know, 300, 400 hertz is really like, you're feeling down, you're feeling low, you're feeling negative, you're feeling like you have no energy, you're hard on yourself, the ego is in there. It's just not a good life. But raising up into like 500 where love is and higher to joy and enlightenment and love and like the divine feminine or the divine masculine truth that you are, it's so powerful. And so once you kind of raise up like that, you just need to let go of anything that you then perceive as pulling you down, right? And that's a difficult phase, but that's one of the most important ways too, how to magnetize true love. And this kind of all mirrors the very first step, which was becoming that which you seek. You really want to become that partner that you want in your life. So that's why also it's so important to let go of all of these things that hold you back so that you can attract that person that is like ready for that, right? So letting go of anything that's holding you back with step 4 is maybe one of the most difficult ones. That one creates a lot of consistency and change in your life, but it also requires a lot of trust and faith. So we're up to step 4. So far we've done become that which you seek and focus on yourself, step into your highest timeline and into service, practice courage daily with vulnerability and authenticity, let go of anything holding you back from your highest frequency. And the 5th and final point is to be open. Because when this arrives into your life, I can almost guarantee you it's not going to look the way that you thought it would. So it's really important to be open and trusting that what life brings onto your path is for you. So that being said, maybe when your true love arrives on your path, you're not going to recognize it at the beginning. So I would just encourage you to be very open and not controlling. Don't try to control how it goes. It's going to be full of ups and downs and hiccups and trials that you hopefully will get through together. And then again, that person may not be what you expected. They may not be the age or the type or the lifestyle or whatever that you expected them to be, but you really have to not be controlling and you have to be very open. I do believe that you would recognize in your heart that true love connection when it happens, but in order not to drive yourself crazy by questioning it, just be open, trusting to what life brings onto your path, and try not to be too controlling, because you will make yourself sick trying to push it away and question it, when there's a deeper part of your soul that will continue to magnetize you back to it. So I think that again is that twin flame where one doesn't feel ready or it's not right and they run, and then the other one chases them, and then it turns around and goes the other way. Like, it's very chaotic at the beginning. So I would just say to hopefully ease that for you. And I wish I could have taken my own advice, would just be to be open and not controlling, and just really try to trust what your soul is telling you. Get out of your logical, mental thinking and into your heart. Get out of your head and into your heart when you start questioning things, and feel your way through it. Don't think your way through it. You will throw yourself off your true path so quickly and you will end up missing out. So get out of your head and into your heart. That is huge. And that was something that really saved me. So a couple of reminders here. Just remember, some bonus points. It's a frequency thing. It very much is a frequency and a vibrational thing. So it's very important for you to focus within, on yourself, on your own frequency, on your own path. Get on your earth mission, get on that soul purpose path, get to your highest timeline, start taking those steps, be brave, put yourself out there, get out of the spiritual closet, start offering some way of offering service. That will change a lot. Even if it's just free content at the beginning and you're not ready to take clients, that is still a service. Start offering services, energy updates, guided meditations, anything, any kind of creative content that you can offer to the collective that is going to help raise their frequency. That is you being of service. That is super important. So remember that when you become of service, you send your own frequency up to your highest. That's your highest timeline. In my eyes, as soon as you are of service to other souls and their spiritual awakening, because at the beginning of your spiritual awakening, it's all about yourself, right? And that's normal. You're a seeker, you're seeking knowledge, you're like a sponge absorbing everything. You're going through dark nights of the soul, you're going through all of these changes. And then once you kind of get into any kind of stability, it's really important to start giving back right away. Okay, other people are now going through all that you just went through. You do have a lot to offer. Even just by sharing your story, you are offering a service. So writing out a post or going on with video or whatever you're comfortable with on whatever platform works for you, to be of service by sharing that. And if you're not ready to do it online for the whole world, then at least do it in your personal life. Sharing with your parents, your siblings, your closest friends or coworkers, I'm really learning about the law of attraction, or I'm really learning about my spirit guides, and getting out of the spiritual closet and helping others by just talking about what you're learning and how it's helping you. Because other people around you, you may not think so, but so many people are just on the cusp of just ready to awaken, and they have all this curiosity about it. And you will see that as soon as you start talking about it, they're like, wait, what is that again? Can you tell me more about that? That used to happen at my work all the time. And I would gladly share about what is Reiki, what are spirit guides, how do you meditate, how does the law of attraction work? If you know any of those kind of basics for our spirituality, that's a great place to start being of service to others. And then the last point here, bonus point, is, okay, so sometimes destiny will intervene. Okay, maybe a lot of the time, actually, destiny will intervene. And this will be a destiny I would consider your soul contracts. Okay, so what are soul contracts? I have a whole video on this channel just about soul contracts. Type that in because it's a really good one. But I will say quickly that definitely includes your true love. So soul contracts are when you decide before you incarnate. Incarnate means have a lifetime. Before you have a lifetime, before you come here, you're just the soul, right? in like what people would call heaven, not in a lifetime, just in that pure place in between. You are planning for a lifetime. You are planning through soul contracts. You go to your councils, your guides, God, and you create a plan for the life that you want to have. Not everything is destiny at all. But what it is, how the soul contracts and how destiny works is it determines what will cross your path. So, okay, you've probably heard this before. Okay, you're going to have this near-death experience. You're going to get fired from this job. You're going to have this amazing dog as a kid that's going to like really mean so much to you. Your parents are going to get divorced. You're going to get this like bonus. Maybe you'll like go on an amazing trip, meet a great friend, win the lottery. Something big and beautiful will happen in your life. Some kind of crazy blessing. All of those things are like soul contracts. So we schedule them in at a certain time. So at this age or at that age, and they are somewhat flexible. Like, oh, if I'm not ready at 18 for that to really handle that tragedy, then it will happen at 21. And it's a little bit flexible, but if it's in your soul contracts, it will happen. How does this affect your true love? Your true love is written in there too, right? Everyone has the opportunity to meet with their true love. So in your life, you would have this soul contract was like, okay, once I reach this spiritual amount of growth or awareness, then they will cross my path, and they won't cross it before that because you can't handle it basically before that. I think most people's are written not at an age this will happen, but at this level of awareness, this level of awakening, this level of taking responsibility for my life and my consciousness and my attitude and my energy. And when I've awakened to that point, it will happen. So it's not an age. So that much more reason to like get on that path of your awareness, awakening, and doing that shadow work and letting go of those substances, toxic relationships, friends, whatever, jobs, letting go of that, because it'll get you that much quicker to your true love crossing your path. Now, what destiny is not, it is not how you react to it. It is only that they will cross your path, but you can choose as a free will soul. Nobody can take that from you, and also nobody can predict it. You might think before you come here, when you're planning your soul contracts, oh, when I see them, I'll know. Oh, when this happens, I'll react this way. But you don't know. And it's not predestined. Your reaction is not in control of fate. It is yours. It is in the moment, and it is spontaneous. And it is based on probably your level of growth and awareness, right? When you're not on autopilot anymore and you're very aware of your emotions and your thoughts and you're moving through your spiritual awakening, that's when you're going to have the most luck with this, or the best results. So fate, destiny, soul contracts will never determine your reaction to something. They will only ever put it in your path, and then it's up to you what you do with it. So you could very well have your true love come onto your path, and for whatever reason you decide, no, that's not the person for me. They're not evolved enough yet. It's not ready. And maybe if that's not the time, maybe it'll cycle back in a couple more years. And that's possible too. But I want to mention the destiny and the soul contracts because my now husband, Brian, says that like he doesn't really know how he attracted me. He wasn't doing all of these things that I was doing to magnetize that true love to me. He wasn't actively like, I think he was more than he realizes doing a lot of he was going through a spiritual awakening for sure. Otherwise we never would have met at all, because he found me through like wanting to work with me, and like he was a client. So obviously people that work with me are already well along their spiritual awakening path, but he still kind of feels like he's searching for that soul purpose or that earth mission. So not a lot of this would apply. So he's kind of like, how did this happen for me? And I'm like, well, then a lot of it is that destiny. A lot of it is that, well, one of you in the pair is going to be like the spiritual leader and probably help with the awakening of the other. But that other that's going to get that spiritual help is going to have so much to offer you as well. So much, probably emotionally, and just all the things that you've kind of been craving and haven't received in your life, like unconditional love. I mean, that's absolutely priceless, right? So You're going to have different things that you offer in the relationship. So yes, destiny and soul contracts plays a huge part in this. So it's going to happen for you. I do believe that this is, that everyone has the opportunity to meet with their true love. No, I don't think that everyone finds their true love every single time and has that beautiful union. Maybe it does feel rare in a world like this, in a world where there's so much control and so many people are asleep. Well, then, yeah, it's not going to happen. It takes a very awakened person who's actively working on like becoming their highest self, and how many people in the world are doing that, to really ensure that magnetization begins. Because once you reach a certain frequency, like your vibration personally, your set point is so high, you can't help but attract to you so much. Like, honestly, my life is so crazy blessed. I know I've said this to you guys before, but I just can't believe it. I literally moved to a new country after doing the hard work, like forgiving the abusive childhood that I had, getting sober, super hard, leaving behind toxic friendships and relationships that weren't serving me or aligned with me, starting my business, skyrocketing my growth, and then it all just happened. It's all happening right now. Moving to a new country, moving in with my true love, getting engaged, married, honeymoon super fast. I just bought a car, like my first car here in the US, which I'll show you as soon as it's ready. I should be picking it up later this week, and I'm so excited. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, because that'll probably be more like an Instagram story. And on Instagram, I'm just at Starseed Academy. So follow me there for like different kinds of content, more personal probably. And then we're moving, and we're going to look at a house tonight, tomorrow night, and the next night. And we basically have to pick between those because we have to move out of our winter rental. So we're going to have a beautiful new home that's ours. Like all the blessings, all the good. And it doesn't stop there. Like my business just is so full of blessings as well right now, and growth. I just keep growing. Everything just keeps growing and changing and evolving and transforming. I mean, so a lot of what I'm talking about right now is because I stepped into my highest timeline and into service. That's when the door of blessings opened up for me. So that's truly why I am bringing into being my next course, which is called Unlock Your Highest Timeline. Because as soon as you even step onto it, like I view it like spiritually as this escalator that's going up, and you just have to get on the bottom step and it will naturally pull you upwards to your highest timeline, where all this good that I'm talking about exists. The abundance that you've been craving, the freedom that you've been craving from the 9 to 5, the love, the miracles, joy, everything, the purpose, the fulfillment in your life. If you could just get on that escalator. So basically, I feel like this course is like going to be putting people right on that escalator, and all they have to do is hold on. And then be courageous, be vulnerable, be authentic, go one step at a time, go one day at a time. So Unlock Your Highest Timeline is coming in June. If you're interested, then you want to get in as an early bird, because there's a big bonus. So make sure that you let me know, either commenting below, or even easier, probably like messaging me on Instagram. And letting me know you're interested in Unlock Your Highest Timeline, that course. The course will be taking people through how to unlock their highest timeline when it comes to relationships, being a human, and your health, and like your evolution of that, your spiritual journey and your spiritual awakening, and your earth mission, your soul purpose, your career, the abundance part, all 4 of those. So we're going to be going deeply into those. And I'm going to have more details soon, but I've got like, I already feel the alignment of this course. I already feel, it kind of feels like when I first started like conjuring up my last course, which was such a huge success. That one was called Psychic Light Training, using your psychic gifts and service to the light. Oh man, that was so powerful. And it started with the same kind of feeling that I have now. It's like, ooh, this is brewing inside of me. Like, oh, this is going to be so powerful. And it's coming together organically, piece by piece. And I can't wait to share it with you. So make sure that you let me know that you're interested. Other than that, if you want to spend more time with me and a community of amazing awakened souls on their highest timeline, please think about joining the Starseed Academy membership. It is so affordable. It's a one monthly charge, and it's $44 a month. So it's super affordable because what you get is every single week, not just once a month, every single week. You get to hang out with me. We hang out on Zoom and we do these incredible events, healing events, activations, transformations. I do group readings. We do astral missions and journeys. Like I can't even think of half the stuff that we do. Like one of my favorites was a soul retrieval. Oh, that was so impactful. The last one we did was an inner child experience where we went back in time and literally changed time, because time is not real. It is so flexible, and it's also not real. You can go back in time through the portal of your heart. We went back to our inner child and we changed some of the pain that they've been holding on to by stepping into that past life memory with the inner child as the adult that you are now, as the awakened soul that you are now, and like rewriting that moment by stopping it and rewriting it and then letting it play through in the new higher vibration. And it changes you. It changes the inner child, it changes you, and it changes anyone else involved in that moment too. Instant change, right? Like it actually happened that way then. We do all kinds of incredible, incredible stuff. So join the membership group. The link is below. And then make sure that you're subscribed to this channel for new videos every single Sunday. And that's it from me. I'll check out your questions and comments below. If there's anything else you want me to go deeper into that I just kind of touched on, always let me know. I take video requests. Find me on Instagram if you want to chat. And other than that, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday right here on this channel. And before you go, please remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. Thank you, beautiful star seeds. Have a wonderful day. Bye.